Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Clan. Today we'll be talking about a few insights I've recently come across, which may indicate that the likes of Ethereum may be more centralized compared to Hedera. Hedera Hashgraph is one of the most unique DLT projects currently on the market. Hedera's novel characteristics doesn't stop at its revolutionary hashgraph technology, but is also unique in regards to how the project's nodes are currently organized and how it is governed. Hedera is governed by the Hedera Governing Council, which comprises a maximum 39 leading global enterprises and organizations distributed across up to 11 different industries. At the time of recording, Hedera has 23 current Governing Council members, which includes the likes of the London School of Economics, Google, T-Mobile and IBM. The Governing Council makes key decisions over software upgrades, network pricing, treasury management and more. Governing Council members are term limited and do not receive any profits from Hedera. Alongside accommodating decisions made in regards to software updates and treasury management, each Hedera Governing Council member possesses a Hedera Hashgraph node. These nodes facilitate the upkeep of Hedera's consensus service, which in turn will enable the validation of transactions in a seamless and secure manner. Coupled with the Hedera nodes being in direct control by such enterprises, no more than one Hedera node can be hosted on the same cloud platform. This factor will prevent the overuse and excessive storage of a single cloud platform to host Hedera nodes. With Hedera nodes being distributed amongst cloud platforms and a number of organizations actively possessing these nodes, each Governing Council member will in turn have a 2.6% influence over the Hedera consensus service when all the Governing Council member spaces are filled. Alongside the current model encompassing Hedera nodes, the Hedera team will seek to transition to become a public permissioned network. This will see the rolling out of public permissioned Hedera nodes. The Hedera team have followed the mentioned measure of governance and accessibility of nodes, namely to avoid the dogmatic limitation associated with the number of DLT projects upon their advent, whereby node control and governance is typically carried out by unknown groups of miners and developers. This factor puts the DLT project at risk of ideological or personal disputes, which will ultimately affect governance mechanisms, especially during the early days of a DLT project. The stability provided by a number of known entities partaking in consensus and node hosting being managed by a number of cloud platforms is coupled with Hedera's hashgraph technology being patented. The patented nature of hashgraph technology will prevent the forking of the network, thus preventing the risk of putting the network into disrepute. These impressive innate qualities will ensure Hedera's technology and governance is scalable and well suited to become the first public DLT platform to achieve mainstream adoption. Ethereum and Cardano widely offer the capabilities of public permissionless nodes, whereby anyone can actively possess a node to contribute to consensus. Public permissionless networks, in theory, is the most decentralized form of governance and consensus, whereby applications can be deployed in production or removed without having to notify anyone, reveal their identity, or meet any application criteria requirements. Additionally, the nodes which constitute the network can freely and anonymously join and contribute, typically in exchange for a network's native cryptocurrency. Despite the likes of Ethereum, on paper appearing to offer complete decentralization, these Ethereum nodes are highly concentrated on a select few cloud storage systems, most notably Amazon Web Services. Definity's CEO Dominic Williams went into detail in regards to this limitation in the following tweet. Amazon Web Services hosts more than 70% of the blockchain nodes of Ethereum, Cardano, Avalanche, etc., and hosts over 90% of the websites that enable users to interact with their dApps. So, is it a controller that's now legally responsible for these blockchains and dApps? After carrying out my own research, I couldn't find anything to indicate that over 70% of the Hedera nodes are hosted on cloud networks. However, I did come across this article which indicates that a quarter of Ethereum nodes run on Amazon Web Services. The article read, Amazon Web Services tops the list, running 24.6% of the Ethereum nodes. Next is Alibaba Cloud, which runs 5.5% of all nodes, followed by Google Cloud, which runs 5.4% of all nodes. This means that CEOs of these companies, Jeff Bezos, Daniel Zhang, or Sundar Pichai, are not the people technically decided Ethereum's fate. They have the power to shut off access to Ethereum nodes that rely on cloud services, meaning that, surprise surprise, Ethereum isn't the bastion of decentralization we once thought it was. with Hedera's governing council members each having a 2.6% influence in regards to the network, and, in extension, no more than one Hedera node can be hosted on the same cloud platform. Hedera's network and its dApps are at a lower risk of a complete shutdown, with limitations associated with the excessive control of nodes through hosting by a single entity. The Hedera team's implementation and rolling out of permissioned public nodes may be a means of preventing such limitations whilst also improving decentralization, especially over the long run. Do you think Hedera is more centralized than Ethereum? Will public permission nodes improve decentralization? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.